Good evening. I am the narrator, and welcome to my parlor. Tonight's story is Among the Remains. I lay on my cot in my bedroom in my hovel on the town's most secluded alley. I live with my grandfather. He sleeps in his room. Night has fallen. The sun rests, but I do not. The moon has risen, obscured by cloud as fog obscures the ground. I hold in my left hand a wood-handled blade, a gift from my teacher. He died after the years of service I continue. I stare into the night, then at the clock on my end table. Its red numbers read 10:59. I'd best be moving. I descend my staircase in black clothes, blade in pocket. On the precipice, I hear grandfather snore. He sleeps through my missions just as well. I open and close my door carefully. My teacher bestowed his ward. It blocks our foes from entering. I will elaborate later. I cross my driveway and unsheath my blade, entering the night. Police are no concern, what few remain. They are not my foes. Speaking of which, they should soon appear. I am prepared. I crouch and prowl the sidewalk, through grit, refuse, and debris. My senses scan. My eyes see no movement. My ears hear only creaking doors and blowing wind, the calm before the storm. My foes lull expectations. I hear distant footsteps. They hath arrived. Luckily, there's an alley to my side. I vanish. I know you long to see them. You needn't wait. Hear you their footsteps, plodding in unison? Feel you the disturbance in the atmosphere? Peer around the corner, subtly. Now return to my side, quickly, carefully, lest they spot your prying eyes. They won't appreciate them. You're bewildered. You've never seen anything of the sort. Make no mistake, they are not children. Suspect me not. I am no deviant. Their outward form is an illusion, like fairy glamour. Their true form is like none you've ever seen. Their true age cannot be told. Knowing this, my next moves will faze you not. Your nerves will not betray you. They are but lower functions. See my blade glow. This is automatic in their presence, as my teacher designed. I will not show its capabilities. Do not follow. They know you are unarmed. There! Of the three that passed this alley, all are gone. My bolt struck them. Make no mistake, they are not dead. They do not die, merely return to their place of origin. You've seen one battle in my war without end, with your very eyes. Do you now regard me? Good. The night has only just begun. Follow me to the sidewalk, but keep behind and heed direction. If you sense anything, sound or movement, alert me and I shall fight. Now peer. There are more, in groups of three, as is their custom. Keep pace across this street and to the next, and see me again in action. See my blade glow as it rises again to its master's call. See the bolt form and glide. Brilliance. Now see the devil's disillusion as it strikes, melting to nothing. You now understand why they've not claimed a soul in years, and won't so long as I am near. This is all real, and I am to be heeded. We are well into the night and well away from home. Usually by now I am surrounded, but this night is strangely quiet. I can sense it from experience. Tonight's work is done. We shall return to my hovel and speak further. Though it seemed we walked a distance, the return is surprisingly brief. Walk briskly and keep your senses. In the rare instance intuition fails. See again the streets and buildings. We will walk them tomorrow night and the night after. So long as you are beneath my porous roof, you will help me. Cherish the opportunity. Now that we've returned, see again the symbol painted on my side door. I told you I would explain it. It is not merely an abstraction, but, again, a ward of ancient origin. My teacher designed and explained it on the night of his ascent. It repulses my foes, preventing them entry. So long as it is there, my guests and I needn't fear them while inside. I now need to unwind, as you would guess. I know you can't sleep. Join me in my den. Hear more of my endeavors. I own and need little, but I do have an ancient couch you'll like. Is it adequate? Yes? Then relax and lend your ears. I am without radio or television, preferring to amuse myself. In that sense, I am your tour guide. See you the buildings through my windows left and right? Could you imagine they were once homes? They once housed businesses. Believe it or not, but in my youth such things grew and prospered. Daily I passed them without concern. Indeed, this town was once idyllic, without urban blight. A tourist destination and the envy of town planners, it had but one flaw: basing its economy on chemical manufacturing. This would be its undoing. When demand dwindled, the factories, losing customers and profits, closed their doors. Their workers, the bulk of the population, turned to welfare. On it, they grew indolent. Their provisions, always decreasing, did not suffice. The once productive turned to crime. A lad at the time, I recall clearly. After a number of years, the changes were apparent. Parents called children indoors at sundown. Businesses barred windows and armed employees. Pedestrians strode briskly, peering over their shoulders. Strangers avoided small talk, so great was the distrust. As taxes shrank, streets fell in disrepair. Private structures befell the same through poverty and disinterest. A chipper town became a waste of chipping paint, steel, and graffiti. In time, the townsfolk sought recourse. The arcane was always present in dingy corner shops and secret meetings on the outskirts. These persons were anonymous, their existence dismissed as myth. Empowered, they entered the limelight. What was once whispered of on Halloween became the norm. Cloaked figures trudged to obscure locations under lunar phases, chanting indecipherably. In their wake lingered chalk circles and billowing incense smoke. One night they entered what had been the foremost plant, for a working to remedy local fortunes, not knowing I was there, spying from a distance. They marked a circle on the floor and stood inside. Therein was performed a bizarre and flamboyant ritual, long and complex. Afterward appeared a blazing sphere. This was not the effect desired. A horde of strange, unsightly beasts emerged and dispatched them, siphoning their energy with great undulating proboscis. Though frozen with terror, I somehow escaped. Such was my fate. Haunted, I crept home. Soon the paper reported the sudden appearance of a rash of homeless children, which I found highly suspect. Though the town could not sustain an orphanage, the folk offered to adopt them. This was an expense with their meager resources. The children were spread amongst my friends and neighbors in unneeded and inexplicable charity. I dismissed all proposals. I was wise, they foolish. The saga unfolded gradually, though my suspicions were immediately confirmed. The first inkling was the demise of Kearney, the plump, kind-hearted confectioner, his shop a highlight of my youth. He'd adopted a slight, ashen-faced boy. In one day he was found on his shop floor, eyes blank, skin pale, mouth wide in horror. Most shocking was the absence of fat and vital fluids, drained and dried like by proboscis. I saw the photos in the paper with knowing dread. He was identical to the occultists upon their demise. More followed. One by one was reported. My friends and neighbors were found dead. After Kearney came the Finnegans, who owned the garden shop, Miss Collins, the grandmotherly widow and librarian, Carl Hawkins, the surly convenience store manager, and many, many others. All deaths were identical. All corpses were identical. In all cases, their adoptees vanished. The paper failed to see the cause. It posited an orphan slayer, killing the children and their caretakers. Having seen what I had, I knew my neighbors' own goodwill betrayed them. The population was depleted. Only grandfather and I remained in the neighborhood. The newspaper joined the factories. We were the only residents in 10 miles, without news or necessities. I never left the house, living off preserves stored in our basement. At night I stared out my window, watching the things worm through the neighborhood. I was lucky not to be seen, as I was then untrained and unarmed, as you are now. This continued for months until the night. One morning I woke on my cot, ignoring the world outside. I was not planning to rise. I had no reason. Then, to my surprise, a knock sounded on my side door. I sat up. Who could this be? My neighbors were gone, having either left or stayed and been devoured. My grandfather slept in his room. We were all who remained. It was the marauders. We had been found. I crept downstairs and procured a steak knife. I peered through my kitchen window, where I was surprised to see a man. He was of average height and build, in a black coat and bowler hat. Could he represent some agency, state or private, here to offer assistance? If so, he knew not the dangers. Or could it be a guise of the marauders? If so, my door was staying closed. Yet, as I gazed, my fear subsided. I pocketed my blade and opened the door. The stranger stood before me, looking determined. "We need to speak. I have many things I need to share with you, and it is urgent you hear them now," he intoned. Before I knew it, he stood in my den. I saw right away he was unusual. He asked for nothing, not even a seat or drink. He was a foe of the marauders, having stalked them here. He had traveled to and fro, fighting them in various locales. The carnage they wrought here, he assured me, was child's play compared to elsewhere. I heeded him, having no clue of their reach. I asked why he had called me, of all people. Who else? You're the last one left. How did he know of me in my home? I could only guess. However, his air of integrity quelled my consternation. He urgently continued. He explained he was finding and training protégés to continue his battles in their locales. I was, he told me boldly, one such person of promise. I was apprehensive, having no achievements. I was bewildered. He then asked, his tone sharp and penetrating, if I was ready. Feeling compelled, I succumbed. At first, I'd no clue what this would entail. I would be exposed to them for the first time, a prospect I dreaded. Still, I trusted him. We spent the day apart, I with my books, he strangely silent in the kitchen. When night fell, he told me the time had come and led me to the filth-hewn streets. I watched in fear and awe as he dispatched them one by one with a glowing blade, with great gusto and little effort. Though fascinated, I still longed to return indoors. When we did at last, he asked my opinion. What do you think? I was too overwhelmed to respond. You can do this. So it began. In the months to come, he moved in, by day silent and passive, here for but one reason. At night we embarked, he showing, I learning. I progressed rapidly. He insisted I practice with his blade, and later that I fight them myself. I grew from pupil to partner. After our fights, we returned to my den. There he would entrance me with tales of previous travels and experiences. I was convinced then of my purpose. No longer was I a meek recluse, and the credit was all his. I had assumed this permanent. One night, upon return, he told me my training sufficed, and that he would soon leave me to my own devices. I did not take this lightly, for reasons obvious. He dismissed my concern, insisting my skills again sufficed. I asked why he was leaving. He replied in great detail. The creatures could only be dispelled by sealing the gateway through which they'd entered. To do so, it must be entered. The working must be performed in their own plane. This was his task. I knew the location, having been there at their emergence. He insisted I come, and I agreed. We left at night, as always. The working flashed through my mind. While en route we faced and dispelled a number. On other nights they were our main subject. That night, mere obstacles. We reached the factory, finding the locks disused and deteriorated. The interior was the same as on my last visit. No reason would it be otherwise. The expected gate had vanished. On the floor were the cultists, cloaks still blanketing their forms. I paid them no heed, again having seen the event. Suddenly, we sighted a strange ripple in the atmosphere, a circle fading in and out of sight. It stabilized into the gateway. Without declaration, my mentor leapt, and it received him. Before vanishing, he called to me. You will join me when the time is right. I was unsure. A new era had begun, distinct from the one before as the latter was to it. I turned and soldiered home. En route, I encountered no marauders. Taking it a sign of what, I had no clue. At home were two changes. First, the symbol. Second, my humble steak knife, the one I held the day he first appeared. When I withdrew it from my pocket, it shone like his. My fears vanished in a flash. Heed my words. You have seen them. You feel you have arrived by chance, your engine collapsing en route to your destination. You feel you met me by chance, and were lucky to. If not, you would be in an alley dead and drained. You longed to hasten off, never to return. However, this was destiny, preordained by greater powers. I have said enough, and you are tired. Sleep. You need to for tomorrow. The day went quickly, did it not? I saw when you first woke, you did not rise quickly, but work was to be done. You know not how I live and continue living. It was all new to you, toiling in the yard and basement to meager results. Such contrast with modernity, but such has sustained me. I wouldn't return even if I could. Clear your plate, ask not for more. Night has fallen, our fight awaits. You've eaten with great difficulty. Now, see the knife you ate with. Pocket it. The door need not be locked. Tonight you will not just follow, so ready your blade. 3 approach. Strike. Don't just tremble with shaking hand. There, you did it, you see? You thought you couldn't, but you did. In one flash, you went from observer to participant, and at the first chance. I am impressed. Your adrenaline is flowing. Maintain it through the night. Keep your eyes peeled, your ears perked. At times they are subtle, at others overt. Lo, here come more. You know what to do. Excellent. You smile. You feel powerful, accomplished, but do not forget the danger. They are gone. Well and good, but our duties are not relieved. While my intuition rarely fails, we must prepare. The night is young, and I often err. Be wary as you learn. See you the building looming above, its walls and windows gazing like blank eyes. See you its fence, its rusted steel and withered grass, the cars decayed beneath. Your mind is keen. You know what it is. I reveal why we are here. Last night I told you of the gateway and of my teacher and our reunion foretold. The night has arrived. I received the psychic summons this morning. I need you in this endeavor, like my teacher before me. Ready your blade and breathe deeply. You've only this foul air to breathe. Let us cross the lot. It was once a smooth black expanse, hosting the cars of well-paid workers. See this door, and see it yield to me. This has been the fate of not just my town, but many others, and in time the whole earth. Follow me and make no sound. See this hall, its rooms empty. See this lunchroom, empty likewise of all but mold. See this door, see it yield like the first. This corridor once bustled with boots. Move slowly, our destination awaits. Here's the door to the floor. Be prepared, this is most profound. We have arrived. See the machines and assembly lines, inert with cobweb spokes and gears. See the cultists as on the night of their demise. Even the rats avoid them. Never mind them. The marauders besiege them likewise. Keep still as the gate appears. I leave you with instruction. It appears. Avert not your eyes. It does not blind. See the faint ripple in the air widen in a circle. See inside the blood-red sky, warping and twisting roads, cyclopean structures of substance unknown to geology. See its celestial forms, immense and irregular, casting eerie shafts of light. This is their plane. The chasm is open. I will now rejoin my teacher. This is new to me as it is to you, though I've long fought its spawn. The time is nigh. Stand back, and for the first time follow not. My teacher awaits. I don't know what to expect, but am confident of victory. Watch as the gate receives me, as it did my teacher. Fear not, I shall return. Until then, return to your new home. Continue my battles. No, they cannot enter so long as my symbol holds. Brandish your blade and see it glow.